Jeff Steinbeck. Hey, John, hope everything is going good. While I am excited for both Shazam and Hellboy, I am a bit worried that both movies being a week apart in release will actually hurt both films. Wouldn't it have been better if they were at least 2 weeks apart, or am I overthinking this? Thanks, and keep up the great work.
Rob, we do have here. Let me just double check this here. I'm just going to open up the thing here. So we do have on Friday, October the 11th, we have. That's the wrong one I'm looking at. Sorry about that.
I was like, October?
Yeah, Friday, October 11th.
I don't want to wait till October.
No, we don't have to wait till October. So we have Hellboy and we have Shazam opening 1 week apart. These are both superhero films, man. These are both films that, while one will be R and one will be more family friendly, there's no denying that there is a large segment of this that there's going to have some crossover in the demographic they're going for. One of them is going to get hurt more than the other one. Which one do you think stands to maybe suffer a little bit more opening 1 week, just the next week apart from another major superhero film?
Well, I think Shazam's going to be a juggernaut. I mean, I really do. And I think that, look, Hellboy and Shazam's got a family audience. Hellboy's R-rated, right?
Yes.
So Hellboy's an R-rated film. So immediately your family audience is taken out of the equation pretty much. So, I just think it's a different audience, even though they're both derived from comic book properties. I do think that, like, let's take away their genre. Shazam looks like it's a comedy. Hellboy looks like it's an action horror film. So I don't think one's necessarily hurt by the other. I think that audiences that are primed to see Hellboy are already primed. Remember, Hellboy has never been a huge franchise. It's been a successful franchise, but it's not a monster franchise. Whereas Shazam, we could be talking some serious box office dollars if the movie's as good as it looks. Whereas Hellboy is the third movie in a franchise, and Shazam is the first.
Yeah, and I think I see. Well, I don't think we're going to have as many problems here as if, say, I don't know, Captain Marvel and Aquaman opened 1 week apart from each other, right? Because there are differences here between these movies. I mean, just look at this image. I mean, there's differences between these movies, but I still feel like there is enough of that crossover. There's enough people that are like you and I, Robert, where we're both very excited to see both of these films. And I think there's going to be a lot of people that are into comic book movies that are just looking at these to go. I do think one's going to be hurt more than the other, and I think it's going to be Hellboy. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One, the thing you so accurately pointed out, that Hellboy has never been that big of a franchise.
Right.
Like a lot of us remember the Hellboy movies fondly, but the reality is neither of those movies made a bunch of money. It's always been a smaller film. The second reason is this. Much like Alita, much like a couple of other films that start off with a bad first trailer or a first trailer that doesn't win the audience over. And we've talked about this a lot lately. You only get one chance to make a good first impression. And what I think Alita, Battle Angel, would be sitting much better right now financially had they just not put out that first trailer. Because I think the first trailer came out and a lot of people, including me, went, this looks just not good. Now, the other trailer's spectacular and the movie's actually pretty good. But I think it suffered from that bad first impression, and it's hard to gain ground again after that. And I'm afraid that the same thing may be in play here with Hellboy, because that second trailer we just watched and talked about is great, but that first one had some people dismissing the movie immediately. And it's tough to get those people back. And now you compound that with the fact that it's going to go head-to-head against Shazam. I mean, Hellboy may end up being the better movie. We don't know. I think Shazam looks awesome. Hellboy might end up being the better movie. But personally, I'm kind of thinking that if one of these films is going to get hurt more than the other, I think it would probably end up being Hellboy. And I don't know that Shazam is going to feel more than a speed bump, like more than a minor speed bump on its road to being a really good box office success as well as being a quality movie. Whereas I think there's a little bit more danger for Hellboy. So hopefully they both do great, and hopefully they're both wonderful movies. But that's kind of the situation we find ourselves in right now. All right, Ashley, what is our final email of the day?
Guys, I have to say, though, that last night I just remembered that I had a dream that Tom Hanks was Hellboy. Literally. This
What?
show is getting into my mind. Probably because Shazam, and then I was thinking Big, and then maybe Hell. I don't even know. But right when that image came up, I was like, oh my God, Tom Hanks was Hellboy in my dream last night.
Was he like the
Anyway.
most charming and kind and sweet Hellboy you could possibly imagine?
Yes, it was a totally different movie, I think. He
Because
was
it's
like
Tom Hanks.
no muscle, just like it was freaking hilarious.
Okay, now I want to see Saturday Night Live do that. I want to see Saturday Night Live do Tom Hanks as Hellboy.
Yeah,
That's
he
what I
should.
want to
That'd
see.
be amazing.